Anakin and Obi-Wan are secret agents now. Oh, speaking of bad, we should go to a book that you haven't read, but I have.
Okay.
Gambit Stealth. Now, this is what I consider one of the worst Star Wars books ever written, this duology.
Ooh, really? Which one is it?
I find it's that one.
The red one?
No, it's either or. It's fine.
Wait, are they the same book? No, Stealth and Siege.
Yeah, well, they're basically the same book because it's the most dragged out piece of shit.
Okay, so moving on to Star Wars Clone Wars Gambit Stealth.
So Karen Miller I consider the worst EU author ever. She wrote 3 books and they're all terrible. Literally, I've gotten fights with people who defend the precursor to this book, Wild Space, is like a good book. It's not. It's really drawn out and stupid. But this book, she likes to make sure that you remember that Obi-Wan and Bail had to go to Segula, and Obi-Wan nearly died, and Segula. But basically, the plot is this. Anakin and Obi-Wan are secret agents now, and they get sent to this planet where this separatist leader has kidnapped a scientist to make a bioweapon that will kill humans, which has been done before. And I don't know. It's a mess. And Obi-Wan's mad at Anakin because Anakin won't tell him what happened to Shmi. And Anakin's mad at Obi-Wan because Obi-Wan had a girlfriend named Taria Damson who's dying of space shellfish poisoning. And this is Obi-Wan, yet another Obi-Wan girlfriend that's a Jedi because we're doing this again.
Oh, wow.
And meanwhile, Ahsoka and Obi-Wan's not girlfriend, friend with benefits, Taria Damson, are doing stuff that doesn't really do anything to the plot, and Mace Windu helps them sometimes, and Yoda's with a scientist at the Jedi Temple with Bail Organa trying to get an antidote. It's bad. It's really bad. And the first book just ends on like mid-sentence and continues on in Siege. But let's read some reviews.
Okay. Would you like to go to the 5 stars or the 1 stars?
1 stars, because there aren't that many. And I don't know why, because like
only 2. One of them is long.
Ooh, here we go. Can you scroll up? I'm going to read the long one. Another Star Wars book about sharing your feelings. Just what I was talking about. Is this a poem? I didn't like this. It's good to share your feelings, isn't it? Good to get anything unsaid out there for people to hear. It also helps to deal with them and put them behind you. Turn from the dark side, as it were. Except wait. Anakin never did deal with his feelings, did he? That's how he lost himself to the dark side, after all. Anakin never faced the things he did and his experiences and used his Jedi training to deal with his anger. If only he'd expressed his feelings like he does here every single page. And Obi-Wan also deals with his inner anger and I can't read sometimes. And Obi-Wan also deals with an inner anger and on nearly every page. A little funky there. A trained Jedi, you only raised his voice a few times in the prequels. Here is angry with every single person he comes in contact with, but it's okay. He keeps it inside sometimes. This is completely different from the Obi-Wan I know from the series and books. Except, wait, according to Clone Wars Wild Space, he knows all about Anakin and Padme warns Padme off a relationship with Anakin, and then totally misses Anakin and Padme having a relationship for 3 years. That's the thing that happens in Wild Space. It opens with the end of Attack of the Clones, and Obi-Wan's like, Padme, you can't be with Anakin. It's bad for him. GTFO. And then then they decided to shrink the timeline of Anakin's knighthood from 1.5 to 2 years to 3 months, which is the other big problem with Wild Space. Pros. There's a battle at the start. That's how they get Ahsoka gets injured, and that's how they get Ahsoka out of the story.
Oh, good.
And Obi-Wan gets kind of injured, but not injured enough to not go on this secret mission. 2, a scientist who feels guilt over what she's doing. 3, some great writing in the preparation of the trip to Planet Boring. I will agree with that. I don't remember what that planet was called. Some interesting thoughts from Ahsoka. That is true. Ahsoka is believe it or not, Ahsoka is the highlight of these 2 books.
Wow. That's actually surprising.
Bad everyone else is written. Ahsoka's written fairly well, because this is like there's only 4 novels, well 5 if we count the Clone Wars movie novelization by Karen Traviss. Ahsoka's only in 5 novels. Not a big book character. Cons. Obi-Wan and Anakin talk about their feelings so much they actually tell each other to stop talking about their feelings, which is what I was doing. One, in the middle of keeping back more rage than a dark side lunatic, says, "Oh, Anakin," in practically every other page, and then screams whatever his latest bizarre opinion is. There are some very adult elements here. A woman getting pulled up by the hair and getting kicked while on the ground, elements of torture, suicide. I am reading this book for fun, If I wanted to be depressed, I'd read the paper. Hey, it's exactly what I was saying about Delilah S. Dawson's book.
Yeah.
Why is this story 2 books? If you cut the group therapy, it'd be finished already. Some tips. I can't say all the 90s Star Wars books were great, but Rogue Squadron, Thrawn, Luke and the gang had lots more action in events without all their feelings and repressed anger. So, less feelings, more action. Less Obi-Wan acting like a spoiled kid. It's clear which Clone Wars episode Durd was in before reading Anakin almost died. I nearly had to look it up, so throw that in. But that's just my opinion. If you're already all right with people expressing their pain a lot, this book should be fine. But Han Solo took Chewie's death better than these folks' minor plans going awry.
That's a good review.
That is the best review I've ever read.
That is a good one.
I could do making a video review. Let's get Jason's review here. His 1 star. It's just off in quotations. There was a lot of dialogue in this book. Lots of talking, discussing, feeling, discussing feelings, reflection, and reflection on all of the discussing. Millard does well capturing the characters, though she doesn't capture them and then move on with the story at a frantic pace. She's not really an action writer, and that's what we're pretty used to when we read Star Wars novels. Action or large complicated battle plans. It was kind of as if Lifetime did a TCW. It's a much better novel than Wild Space, though. Fundamentally disagree with that. Fundamentally. All right, let's go to 5-star reviews so I can vomit.
Oh my gosh. Here we
Good
go.
book. Good book. Great. Good book. I thought you said it was great. Why are you downgrading to good book? 5 stars. Great work. Happy. A great read. Star Wars nut. Ew. I don't think you can talk about that on here. I am a huge Star Wars fan, apparently, if you're going to nut. Reading continuing journeys of the characters in the Star Wars universe, and am always excited when new series come out. Star Wars Gambit, like others written by Karen Miller, this one flows along and is an enjoyable read. What others? Wild Space? The only other Star Wars book she's read. Maybe this person is referring to other Karen Miller books, non-Star Wars.
Yeah, could be.
One of the best Star Wars books I have ever read. That's a lie. This is what I expect out of Star Wars book: action, discussions, inner battles, plot against the heroes, realistic friendships and characters felt right. And better yet, there are ethical dilemmas in what is that?
It is an exclamation point.
Okay, I could the T and the explanation kind of made this weird looking D.
Yeah, it does.
Dilemmas like do we sacrifice innocent bystanders in order to save countless others? And if we do, is their blood on our hands? Something to think about. Obviously, they have never heard the saying, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, because this wasn't written by Vonda A. McIntyre or A.C. Crispin, who wrote Star Trek books. I take my hat off once again to Miss Miller for writing another delightful, entertaining, iconic book. I read that as idiotic. 5-star, good read, continuing on the Clone Wars saga. 5-star, action-packed novel. We get the idea here. It's a lot of people that didn't read the book.
Yeah, exactly. As always, awesome. As always, awesome. What does that even mean? As always, awesome. Ugh. Okay, so I think we could do some more of these another time, another stream.
Yeah,
fun doing this.